Welcome back to West Texas View.
Welcome back to the West Texas View. I'm looking at the badge, the sashes with all the badges on it at the different levels. And the blue one here is the Daisy, what do you call this, vest. And it shows what she worked on when she was very little, which was not very many because she was still learning when she was a Daisy. And then when she was a Brownie, look at how many she earned as a Brownie.
It even goes
on the back and front. And then as a junior and a cadet, oh my goodness, look at all the ones back and front.
That one was pretty full.
And then the one she's got on now is also back and front. Oh my goodness. So this is showing a real dedication and somebody that's really involved. You weren't there just to sit on the sidelines. You were there to be involved. And then I think we ought to mention that this little one at the end was your Brownie badge, junior badge when you were young.
And I had a few on the back too.
That is so neat.
And we noticed that some of my merit badges are identical to Melody, so these over the years had not changed. She earned similar ones to me, which
but
is
I know
exciting.
when my daughter was in Girl Scouts, I was surprised because they introduced the computer badge and then the television badge or the media badge. I think is what
Melody
it's called.
Has a couple of those.
And a lot of the things that we didn't even know about then. We were lucky to know about cooking and.
I have that one.
But I want us to talk a little bit more about some of the other changes. And just even while you've been in scouting, there has been a lot of changes.
There's been quite a few. As the years progress, of course, they have to move with new things that come out, new technology. And so they introduce new badges, and then even some old badges retire. A few years ago, I have little cousins that are in Girl Scouts, and I was looking through their book, and some of the badges I did were retired. And
that made you feel old.
Yeah, and it was just a few years ago, but technology advanced so much that it was obsolete. And so they'd retired them. And I thought that's kind of been one of the advancements. And then also they've started now with the new Journey book and the restructure, daisies. We were in the shop the other day and we started looking at the patches that daisies could get. And when I was a daisy, the only ones we could get were the petals. And each petal represented a different thing that we did.
It's a different part of the Girl Scout law.
And now you can get these little badges that have little pieces to them and stuff like that. And even when I was a daisy, you couldn't sell cookies. You can sell cookies as a daisy now.
And the new curriculum and the changes are to try to motivate more girls to be involved and to make it more exciting for girls. And there's so many opportunities to offer the girls at all levels, and even the parents that are leaders and volunteers to really help the girls learn lots of different things, get them interested in things, find the things that they're interested in, and find their passions that helps lead them into adulthood and their careers
and help them explore to see what their interest might be.
Right.
One of the interesting things, though, and it goes back to something you said earlier, Melody. I was talking to a girl in far West Texas who is one of the online Girl Scouts because there's nobody else. She has to ride about an hour and a half just to get to school, and she can't stay after school, and everybody's so spread out they are not able to have troops. And she said the thing that she misses the most is that there's no camaraderie like you have until she goes to camp. She goes to camp with other girls. But she said she just longs for camp every year so she can meet everybody. So you haven't been to our camp here. You were in Colorado.
I have not been to Minor Peak.
So that's on your agenda.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, it certainly probably will not be as beautiful as your Colorado camp, but
Probably
it'll
not.
have its own beauty, its own specialness.
It does.
Of course.
Madera Peak's a wonderful place.
And so you've already said that camping is not exactly your favorite thing to do. But one of the things I was looking on this, because one of the things that I remember that we had to do, had to earn a badge to by taking care of a pet.
Oh.
And I had never owned a pet and still haven't in my whole life. And that was the only badge I didn't get that I was eligible for when I was a Girl Scout.
I think there is still.
I think there is a pet care one.
Well, I didn't
There
see it
was.
Jump out at me.
I don't know if I
I
have.
don't think you got that one.
Well, tell me, do you know any of the history? I'm sure your mom does, but do you know much of the history of the founder of Girl Scouts, Juliette Lowe?
I do know quite a bit of that because of the different camps and that kind of thing I've gone to.
What a colorful character.
Yes.
I know that Juliette Gordon Lowe, she liked to go by Daisy. She was the founder, and the reason that she founded it was because Boy Scouts had already been founded, and they were, and the girls that she was working with, they wanted to be a part of that, but because it was Boy Scouts, they couldn't be. So she said, let's start Girl Scouts.
And there was a lot of opposition, and you've probably heard this story, but she said, we can do anything we want to. And so some of the girls said, I wish I could play basketball. So she had the money, and so she converted her tennis court into a basketball court, and the girls had to wear bloomers, and they got out and played, and the neighbors said they had to erect a barrier around the courts because it was indecent for them to be out playing basketball in their bloomers. And so just all kinds of funny things like that was in her history that gave us a really good, strong foundation for Girl Scouts. But we've just got a minute or two before the program's over. Tell us the one last thing each of you would like the people to know about Girl Scouts.
It's probably been one of the most defining things of my life because it's taught me so much, and it's been probably the only thing that I've stuck with this long, and so it's probably one of the most defining things about me.
What an articulate young lady.
Yes.
What
she
about
is.
you?
I think watching her leadership skills develop over the years and the things that she has learned has been just, as a parent, wonderful to watch, because I think that'll take her very far into her future and help her do whatever she wants to do.
And obviously her confidence has not
Absolutely.
been hurt.
No, she has a lot of confidence.
Well, I am very proud of Melody, and I'm proud of all of the work that you do, Georgianne, but I think that you've had a treat to get to meet this very articulate young lady that really raises our hopes and expectations for our future in America with people like this. Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you next week with another program.
Thanks for joining us for News West 9's West Texas View with Johnny Lou Avery. This has been a public affairs presentation of KWAB TV and KWES TV.